It is June the 6th, and I'm out at the farm. Hot as balls yesterday. I had came out to train, however, it just did not happen. And the reason why it didn't happen is because my body battery was low. And for those of you who biohack or do that kind of bullshit or wear Fitbits or have whoops, basically my HRV was low and my heart rate was high, and my previous levels of activity were just through the roof. And what did me and my great nephew Brody and I go do yesterday? We did some arborist work. So yeah, damn near killed myself. So I ended up spending like 22 or 23 minutes in the heart rate above 150, and then I ended up spending like an hour and a half with a heart rate above 130. But below 150, and then the moderate zone, which is for me, which is under 130, above 110. There was like an hour and a half in there. So yeah, so today I'm really freaking tired. So today I'm just going to focus on feeling the movement and enjoying it and embracing this process. I've decided I'm going to go buy a bunch of springboard poles here probably next week, and let's go all in. One of the things that I realized when I was single bucking prior to Webster was that I wasn't transferring enough weight into my right foot. Basically, I was staying too far forward. And so the past couple sessions, I'm like, that makes sense. No wonder my big old ham hocks and glutes and shit aren't being able to push more into the saw. And so now that I've recognized that, hopefully I can correct that moving forward. I won't know if I don't think I have any singles until Milwaukee. Only going to 2 shows between now and then and doing 1 demo, and emceeing the Hot Saw Challenge up in Norwalk, Ohio. So, yeah, see what happens. Last climb on this tree, and then I'm going to cut 6 to 8 inches off the top of it and flip it upside down, use screws and straps, and hopefully not die. Shit. Little log is tough as shit. I'm a little scared of this hole. I'm wasting my time. Little afraid of the hole because I work my way around the pole. So I'm going to go up again and actually chop with some authority on top. I need to be confident in those holes. That hole would hold a horse, but living and learning, you know. Unfortunately, if I fall, the Wolverine healing powers are gone. So, yeah, if I fall and break something or hurt myself badly, I'm done. You know, last year I've injured my knee badly right before the Timber Sport Series, so trying to avoid that occurring. So always be cautious, particularly with springboard for me, because it's the hardest event for me, but I'm starting to enjoy it. So, you know, it's all part of the process. Still a bit of a bitch. I need to get back on that freaking board. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to put up a dry piece of shit and then work on actually being a man up there the next go around. And so we'll see how my energy levels are, because I've got 2 poppers set up in the chopping events, and I don't know how much I got in me today because my body battery is low. And then again, I could be persuaded to overly caffeinate and just get into the shit. Tulip here, it's massive, and I'm not going to race in any way, shape, or form. My body's really tired, so I'm just going to do 10 to 15 hits, whatever I feel comfortable with, working on making sure my down hits are where I want them to be, and also that my front foot is planted, so that I'm actually generating force from my hips and legs. This is a 14-inch tulip poplar, same thing as I was doing that standing block. I'm just cutting in bursts because frankly my body is pretty freaking tired. So yeah. So HRV, heart rate variability, it's just how your heart beats and the fluctuations in those beats. The more variability there is in your heart rate, I believe that is the more you're into the sympathetic nervous system, which basically means that your fight or flight is activated. And yesterday with the high volume physical work that I did, coupled with lifting weights 3 days in a row, and doing cardio 3 days in a row, and then working out with my wife 3 days in a row, the volume is through the roof. And you can probably tell from a visual standpoint, I've lost weight. I'm probably almost back to where I was in December before I got really sick. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get below this, but I'm gonna try.